Oh, I got some like punk rock kids here. Let's see if they're really about what they preach and stuff.
Buckle up your seatbelt because it's about to be a wild ride. This asshole has been hyping himself up in the bathroom mirror for the last 45 minutes, telling himself today's the day he talks to people, about real issues. And of course he chose the only thing he knows, absolutely batshit insane conspiracy theories. So this playful little gopher pokes his head out of his little hidey hole and sees people with different colored hair and immediately assumes that they're punk rock. So you can almost immediately tell that this guy, he doesn't go out much, and that's for good reason. He should have stayed locked inside reading his Facebook groups, because he just makes a fucking fool of himself.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just had a quick question for you guys. What do you guys think about COVID-19?
So get used to this camera angle, because it's filmed like an episode of Cow and Chicken. I love his approach here. This guy lacks the most basic communication skills, obviously has never socialized before. He just comes up to them, hey, what's the deal with COVID-19? It's like in SpongeBob when he tries to tell a joke, what's the deal with airline food? Except far worse here.
It sucks.
Like, what do you think is like, it's, the severity of it is real, what they're saying?
I've had it.
I had it too. That's real.
Do you think it's right to get a vaccine for a 98% survival illness?
I'm getting my second one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just because I can't, like, die from it doesn't mean other people can't.
As the video continues to go on, you'll notice the camera shaking more and more because the adrenaline really starts pumping through his body at dangerous levels. You can tell this is the most exciting thing he's ever done in his life. I would have absolutely loved to see what this guy looked like during all of this, because from the waist down, it looks like he's dressed for 18 holes of golf. He's probably sweating profusely. I wouldn't be surprised if it was actually DB Cooper filming this. Like, this shit is just so wacky.
But yeah, I get that. But you guys like I noticed, like I used to be like,
I believe in science.
yeah, but I used to be like you guys are like in high school, like, you know.
Right in high school.
Yeah, but like when I was in high school, I used to be like in punk rock type of guy. But that's about like anti-authority, you know, anarchy. What are you guys doing, like, you know, signing up for this?
The internet's raised some complete losers like this guy that are just a hemorrhoid to society. You'll remember in the beginning of the video he said they look punk rock, let's go test their faith and interrogate them to make sure they actually believe the things that they preach, as if it's some kind of religious movement liking punk rock or having different colored hair. But anyway, he walks up to them, makes all these assumptions like, you know, where's anarchy? Why don't you have a butt plug in your butthole running around naked burning down churches like real punk rockers would? Because back in my day in high school, I was a punk rocker, which is the biggest lie ever told. He should have been struck by lightning by God for that fucking horrible lie. There is a 0% chance this guy was ever cool in his life. He probably listened to a single Misfits song by accident on the radio in his mom's car one time, and then just tried his best to ride that wave like, yeah, I love the Misfits. Did I pass the punk rock test? Can I sit at your lunch table now? Government? Fuck 'em. Might even paint my nails black, too.
I'm not signing up for anything. I just look at science and I look at facts. I get my food shot every.
But aren't you guys like all about anti-authority?
It's not about anti-authority. It's about keeping the public safe. It's not about, and it's not like, yeah, and I am anti-authority. Fuck the police, dude. But the police didn't invent.
You see, you guys are buying the propaganda for the police. But
right? Oh my god. Why do
the police are our friend.
This guy is all over the place. I don't think there's anything he actually believes in. So he's like, you know, why aren't you anti-authority, huh? You got a guitar right there, your hair's a different color, you're clearly punk rock, you should be anti-authority. And then they're like, well, I mean, we are, fuck the police. And then he's like, oh god, whoa, 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 fuck the police. Police are our friends. Why would you say that? Oh my god, you guys are too hardcore. Like, this guy, he is just getting his ass washed like a bidet right now.
Okay, but I'm just trying to like make you guys think for a second, because like I used to hang around.
I mean, I've had it. Yeah, it sucks. I've had it.
Okay, but I see you guys the way you guys are. Yeah, and it's a 98% survival illness.
But that doesn't mean that it's not like bad. I don't want it just because it's around. Like, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
but see, people die from the flu every year.
Jesus Christ, he actually used the flu defense. Can someone just call this guy's dad to pick him up? He's getting a little too wild in the park. It would have been less offensive if he just walked up to these people and flashed his cock and balls at them. Just come up in a trench coat and just fucking let it all hang loose. That would have been far more tolerable.
Gonna be like You know, we check our temperatures every day. Like,
Did you guys know there's aborted fetus cells in the vaccines?
oh my god, get the fuck out of here, bro. Can you just leave? I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
It's getting a little off the rails. He started to sense that they were losing interest in the conversation, so he had to reel them back in. What about the aborted fetus cells in the vaccine? Oh my god. This poor fucking guy, he's an actual flesh puppet for these dumb Facebook groups. They have their hands so far up his anus they are working his mouth like it's a ventriloquism act. I guarantee this guy has never even heard of the word proof. That the word has never even left his lips, I imagine. If he sees it in his groups that he trusts, he takes it at face value. For what it's worth, there's obviously no fucking aborted fetus cells in the vaccine. If he wanted to just make some shit up, I think he should have went harder. Did you know that they're actually using dinosaur semen in the vaccines? Then you'd have my attention.
But you guys are
That's
like...
some crazy, that's some ludicrous shit, bro. That's some ludicrous
Questioning the government is crazy?
No, I'm not saying questioning authority or the
But that's
government.
real. You guys laughed at something that's real. Why is
Who
that?
told you this?
Because it's not in the mainstream, you guys laugh at it though. Is that why?
They're laughing at you because you're a birthday clown. Like, you're just goofy. You're a goofball. You're a goofy goober, man. Like, what are you going on about? And when they even very lightly pressed for proof and you didn't have a defense, you immediately just went on the defensive. It's not mainstream, so you wouldn't have heard of it. My girlfriend goes to a different school. You know, like, okay, we hear that there's aborted fetus cells, now can you prove it? And then he can't. He just immediately backpedals like, it's just not mainstream.
You're saying that's what Fox News is saying. They're like, aborted fetuses, Alex Jones.
Well, they're right about that. Some political parties are right about some
How
things.
do you know if they're right?
If
If I don't know if they're right, how do you know if they're right?
it's common sense. I mean, both political parties
it's
switch
not.
back and forth. Let's rewind back to 2001.
Man, I just want to play my guitar.
Let's rewind back to...
Dude,
Let's rewind back to
I don't even know your
2001.
name. Why are you away?
Okay, you guys believe
Go
nine...
away.
So you
Go
guys
away.
think 9/11 was real?
You didn't
Well, I mean, who didn't see that coming, to be honest? Every single conspiracy I bet this guy believes in. I wouldn't be surprised if he started talking about how Atlantis is going to rise from the ocean again and take over the world or something. He immediately goes full throttle, nuts to butts. So you think 9/11 was real? Wow. Yeah, he's coming in with the condom off now. Now it's raw. So it's getting fucking wild and really sad.
We didn't come here to talk conspiracy theories.
It's not conspiracy
We're
theories.
just trying to play our fucking
Alright,
guitar
that's cool,
and
dude.
banjo
You
and
can
peas
believe
in a
whatever
park.
you
Okay, you guys believe
You're
9/11...
making me fucking go away, please.
But you see that it
Wait,
was...
Stop talking to me. Are you crazy person? Are you fucking crazy?
You guys can walk away if you want, but I'm
No,
trying to...
We were sitting here first. Go
But
away.
it's the public. It's the public. Sorry, I could like talk here.
Oh my god.
It's the public.
Damn, taking you back to high school, isn't it, big guy? All the girls disgusted, asking you to leave, calling you weird and crazy. Fuck, man. Some things just never change, do they? Poor guy's starting to really shake. It's like a tornado's blown through here with the way the camera's being filmed, just like fucking rapid fire shaking now.
Don't you think that working is kind of distracting you from your true spirituality?
Dude,
I'm
go
not-
away.
But what do you guys think that's
Why are
doing
you
your
recording us?
spirituality?
We were literally
I run a
being
YouTube channel.
weird, like,
All right, well, just to let you guys know, like when I was in high school, like punks used to mean like...
we're not in fucking high school, dude.
I know that, but
You're
I used to hang out with people like you. You guys were all about...
Well, you know what? You're an asshole. Like,
You guys-
I wouldn't...
Now we're going on the spirituality train. There is no stone left unturned here. He's trying to fucking vomit every dumb thing he can out all at once. Also, I assure you he has never hung out with anyone in high school, or since high school. So, that's just another lie. Come on now. Be honest. This guy is just making so many assumptions based off the appearance of the people he's approached, so I'm going to do the same here based off of just the few things I've heard from him so far. I imagine he probably hadn't had many friends in the real world in his life. He may have been bullied, but what eventually ended up happening is he found an online safe space where they were preaching these kind of conspiracies and they were nice to him and brought him into the community, and now he feels so loyal to them because of the way that they made him feel like belonging to a part of a group that now he just vehemently defends the craziness and then goes out in the world and does shit like this. I can make assumptions too.
Don't. Like, you're annoying as fuck. You're annoying as fuck. Half a beer after work. Yeah, I just
Don't
got
you
off
think
my
that
fucking
beer is-
minimum wage job.
Don't you think that beer...
It's weird that you approach women in a park that are relaxing.
This is a guy too. There's a guy right here. But don't you guys think all these drugs and alcohol are kind of blocking your spirituality and true consciousness?
Yeah, stop with the drugs and alcohol and awaken your true consciousness like this guy. Then you can be as cool and fun as him. He's the perfect man. Yep.
Anarchy, right? Anarchy, right? Posers! 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 Posers!
You can hear the tears in his eyes as they walk away and he shouts posers at them. Truly awful stuff. It's upsetting what the internet's done to some people like this guy. He just goes out of his way to ruin their day and then go home feeling like a champion, like he did something good for the world, and then he posts this video himself because he has no self-awareness or shame. It's crazy. It's wild. But anyway, that's about it. So yeah. Most people view Facebook as uncool or only used by old people, and yeah, there's a lot of geriatrics on there that are just ranting about the government putting microchips in their Raisin Bran cereal, or how 5G radio towers have opened a portal to hell that has allowed reptilian vampires to invade us in secrecy. But it's not just for these kind of unhinged rants and old people. It's an undeserved reputation. Nothing could be further from the truth. Facebook has some of the best video content on the internet. Nothing but straight bangers on there. I myself didn't know the beauty of Facebook content creators. I was blind to their genius. My ignorance was embarrassing. I look back on the Charlie of 45 minutes ago in disgust that I could even exist without knowing how great Facebook content creators were. I discovered them through Popo Medic's channel. He recently made a video going over bad Facebook videos. Popo Medic is actually the same channel where I learned about Detroit Urban Threat Management Survival Fitness Training Arena Turbo Arcade Edition Team America Gladiators. And that's when my third eye really opened to the beauty of Dale and his self-defense training. So I went back to Popo Medic and I've been checking in on his channel every now and then since, and I saw this about Facebook creators and I was like, huh. I'd never really gone down the Facebook content creator rabbit hole, so this was completely uncharted waters for me. The creator we're going to focus on today, his name is Jabrizi, and I actually recognized him because he used to be pretty big on YouTube for doing magic tricks at rap concerts, and his magic kind of slapped, it was good stuff. But it looks like he's done a full-blown shift to making Facebook garbage. And when I say garbage, I mean like actual filth. It is shameless. So you know on YouTube how a lot of creators will pad their videos to get over the 10-minute mark because they make more money for it? Facebook has that same thing. If your videos breach the 10-minute mark, you make more money from them. And Jabrizi does it in a way that is so laughably shameless, I can't help but applaud it. Now, as always, don't harass anyone in the videos. Just don't be a douchebag.
Anyone here?
So then he just stays in that room for the next 9 minutes. That's right, 9 minutes you just sit here looking at the same hallway with nothing changing, just to make the video long enough to go over the 10-minute mark. The laziness is impressive, and this isn't like a small Facebook creator. Jabrizi has over 10.4 million followers, with videos getting over 100 million views sometimes. So this is the big time, and he's able to fucking squeeze them for all they're worth. What a fucking hero. She comes out draped in an American flag, make me want to pump my fist and chug a Budweiser. He is only on screen for about 8 seconds of this 10-minute and 18-second video. The other 10-minute and 10 seconds of this video is spent on just a hallway with nothing happening and a stock alarm sound effect. The laziness is absolutely admirable. It is so fucking impressive what you can get away with on Facebook. It blew my mind when I saw this one here. And people in the comments eat it up. There are people like, yeah, thank you for supporting firefighters. This is amazing. I was glued to every second of this one. I was on the edge of my seat. But then there's also equal parts people being like, why is it so long? Nothing happens. It's a waste of my time. But it still has tons of views. He gets so much money off of doing these things. It's completely effortless, and he's striking gold. He really is. I can't even be mad at him. He literally takes a concept that is about 30 seconds worth of content, if you can even call it that. And here it wasn't even 30 seconds. It was literally about 8. He takes that and then just fills the other 10, 15 minutes with nothing. Literally nothing. He just literally has a still image, basically. An unchanging shot of nothing. It's like that, what's that guy's name? John Cage, the guy who went on stage and did 4 minutes and 33 seconds of nothing while he sat at a piano. He was supposed to give a concert, but instead he just sat there on his ass and just like hung out for 4 minutes, and people applauded as like a really incredible piece of art. That's basically what this guy does with every video, and he makes a ton of money from it.
And you're gonna see the gift. It's directly to your right, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, uncover your eyes and look to the right.
Now, you'd expect her to see that her 2 children are right there, but she doesn't. And then you would expect her to, like, open the present and see them shortly after. But she doesn't. They dragged this one on for 16 and a half minutes. Yeah, no fucking lie. It is constant edging and blue balls, if you can even call it that, because it's not like you're excited. You obviously know all of this is fake as long as you're not like actually senile or actually 2 years old. You clearly know this is fake, but the entertainment is supposed to be from like the feel-good nature of it, but here you don't even get that. It is just stalling and stretching and stalling and stretching. It is painful.
So we decided to my brother and my mom have 2 siblings, have 2 moms, so the past 2 years, so we do 2 classes, and now this is so special we decided to split their class on okay? No, it's, I would say a pair of things, but it's more than one thing. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it. Okay, you gotta do it for mom's last gift. Let's show it, right? Okay, luggage. It's luggage, huge. Turn that off. Remember off the best. Maybe we start gonna love this. 5, 4, 3, when I get to 1, just pop out, look inside. Okay. 2, are you ready, Mom?
Yeah, I'm ready.
1, go. Okay. Just go, just look, just look.
16 minutes, 42 seconds. Christmas is over at that point. If you spend that long on a single present, all the food's cold and your family's already left. Uncle's already drank himself into a coma. Like, there is no reason these videos should be this long. Even if you're just trying to shamelessly stretch to 10 minutes, Jabrizi goes the extra mile and stretches almost to 20. I also love how in almost all of these videos, you can see how bored the people waiting are. Like, I'm surprised those two didn't just collapse and faint from blood loss from locking their knees standing up like that for so long. Like, I'm surprised deep vein thrombosis didn't start setting in. Their legs just atrophying from standing still for that long doing nothing. And you can really just see the boredom and pain on their faces. It is actually shocking what you can get away with on Facebook. It blows my mind that people will sit there and eat this shit up.
Very, very important.
Yeah, very important, huh? Why are we out here alone?
I don't have a husband.
Hey, keep your hands.
Sir, look.
121 million views on that one. It took her about like 40 seconds to put on the tummy and then the dress and put her head back on the police car, and then she sat in that position leaning on the police car for 16 minutes almost before it finally ends with her being like, water broke. You know, it gets to the punchline. 16 minutes. 121 million views. I really wasn't exaggerating when I said almost every single one of these videos is exactly the same like this, where they all stretch with nothing in there, just shamelessly padding for the most amount of money they could possibly get out of the system. It's fucking wild. Anyway, I just wanted to share this because it blew my mind to see this on Facebook. I imagine he's not the only one doing it. I imagine this is probably pretty common practice, but this is the only one that I saw. And probably the biggest, over 10.4 million followers that all watched this. So, yeah, I just thought it was interesting. That's about it. See ya. DJ Khaled tries actually producing a beat and gets roasted by internet. Okay, here, this one looks like it's the raw. Alright. That sounds like one of those stock beats on the Yamaha drum machines from Toys R Us back in the day. Isn't his whole career made around making beats, though? What does he do? What? Someone enlighten me on, like, what DJ Khaled did to become rich and famous. I thought he made beats. Why is this so bad? If you look up his Wikipedia page, it says his occupation is hype man. I mean, that's a pretty good occupation, honestly. He ain't even hype. He ain't even hype? Excuse me? Alright, I'm gonna have to go back to the Overwatch concert, aren't I? Yes, sir. Boom! Ain't even hype my ass. Is there any other big DJ Khaled moments that I haven't looked at recently? I feel like I've kept up with DJ Khaled for the last 6 years. I feel like I haven't missed much of anything from him.
Satisfied until he's got you nodding your head as he puts it down on the turntables. UPN 33 Shamari Stone has his story.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm from the future. He did not put it down on the turntables. Crowd at the boxing event was not entertained during DJ Khaled performance. Well, I don't believe that. It's impossible. Man, the quality is awful. Why does he do this? He did this in Overwatch too. He doesn't even perform his songs or play the music. He just, it's like a cappella, and he hopes the crowd knows the words. All I do is... Okay, now on to the verse. Like, what the fuck is the point in even hiring him at that stage? I'd rather just hear the song over the loudspeaker. I'm not here to sing the song for you. Usually when an artist like turns the mic to the crowd, it's for like the chorus at like the big hook. But Khaled has them do the whole song. Oh shit! Let's go, baby! Wow, he is so agile. That shooting form! Yeah, there you go. Just give him some space. Give him some space. I don't know what it is, but in the hands of DJ Khaled, that basketball looks like it weighs 60 pounds. He handles it like he's handling a fucking bowling ball. Him struggling to say the word jewelry. Oh, I have seen that one, yeah. It's a tough word, to be fair. Like, this one trips up most people, honestly.
First of all, I have so much jewelry. I got more jewelry, and it's not even about the jewelry. Because, you know...
Jewelry! What is jewelry?
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
like I said, it's a tough word, you know. Not everyone can say it.
But this is California!
Yeah! It's like he's rolling a giant invisible pizza pie. He was in Vegas. I have such a hard time understanding what people say when they're chanting. What are they saying? Are they saying camel toe? Oh, get him off. Okay. Get him off. Alright. Makes sense. So he wasn't even in California when he said this statement? This is California? I heard Yellow Claw. Oh, Yellow Claw. That does sound pretty close as well. DJ Khaled and his wife boxing. DJ Khaled annoys the shit out of his wife and almost gets slapped. DJ Khaled's wife had enough of him during her workout. There's so many options.
I need the fireworks. Honey.
Those are some good fireworks. Man, look at those puppies go.
Honey. You love
Jesus Christ.
me? Honey, do you love me? Tell me if you love me.
Leave her.
Honey, I called for the exclusive
Jesus.
VIP van for you, honey. Come on, let's go. You can do it. All that talk you talk, let's do it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I ain't like you. I don't need you in the background.
Yo, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Alright, this one seems genuine.
You can do it.
Why would he end up posting that? Oh my god. Bro, I love DJ Khaled. He's so good. DJ Khaled goes on rant after his album didn't hit #1.
Playing it, you know, go to the barbershop, you hear them playing it, you know, turn the radio on, and you hear them playing it.
Yeah, that's how music works.
It's playing everywhere. It's called great music.
It's just called music.
Albums that you actually hear the songs. Not no mysterious shit, and you
What?
never hear it. On your dome. gotta say this too.
What in the fuck what does that mean? What album has mysterious shit you can't hear on it? Oh, I see. He was pissed that Igor by Tyler the Creator got #1 over him. Gotcha. Gotcha. I see. What album did Khaled make? I don't think I know a Khaled song that isn't just like a feature. Let me see. Do his albums actually like crack the top million? Because his beats, at least from the videos I saw just a second ago, are terrible. Here, this is called Khaled. I've heard 0 of the songs on here. Oh, nope, I've heard Popstar. Because of Drake. You gotta watch DJ Khaled Peaches dance. I'll just do dance. I just like seeing him move, really.
We won the summer, we won the year, we got it! Hits played back to back that many times.
What a wonderful start. That is legitimately how I dance when I'm alone and eating a good meal. Jerma actually said it best. I was watching Jerma's stream and he brought it up. He was saying like sometimes he'll eat something that's so tasty that he just starts like throwing punches. And he explained it by saying like, my mind's having so much fun, my body's like, hey, I want a little bit of that fun. So he just starts punching. I do that same shit. I feel like a lot of people do. So I'll just start like busting out like moves and shit. Sometimes I'll even try and hit like the marching. And I absolutely do these kind of things that Khaled's doing here.
We got it! Hits played back to back that many times.
He's so relatable. Hold on, I don't want to get DMCA'd. I don't even need the music. The dancing's fine. I can imagine the music. Whoa! This guy looks like he's like working in 50 times gravity. Like it's like the hyperbolic time chamber like before Gohan figured out how to use it properly. Oof. He's wearing weighted clothes. True. Yeah, that must be it. This man dances like it's RuneScape. Like, look at this. Compare a RuneScape emote to DJ Khaled's dancing. Where's dance on here? DJ Khaled's dancing is legitimately how, like, RuneScape characters do it. In fact, this is smoother. That looks more human-like than DJ Khaled's movements. Oh, fuck, even while working out? This man's ready to boogie anywhere. Oh! Even has a little ball pit to play in when he's done working out as a little treat. This isn't even dancing. This is like a full body orgasm he's experiencing here. Play the SpongeBob OST. Beautiful timing. You just hit the walking on the beach there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, he's gonna stand. He's gonna rise out of his chair with some fire. The music's going through his soul right now. I feel it. Yep. Oh, here it comes. The catharsis. Whoop. Oh, you just fucking reminded me of something. Have any of you guys seen this? What was his name? I saw it on Reddit like a week ago. And it happened last year. A guy got fired from, I think it was like the Washington Post because he was jerking off on a Zoom call with all of his colleagues. And then they brought him on to CNN and had him explain why he was masturbating on Zoom. So it was such an uncomfortable segment. The lady's like, you may see we're joined by fucking Dick McButtman, whatever his name is. And you may remember he was recently fired for masturbating on camera. So what's up with that? And then just like interview him right to his face about why he was jerking off. Jeff Toobin, was that his name? Oh god, yeah, they had him come on CNN to address it. Oh, it was painful.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello, Allison.
Hey, Jeff.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Hey, how's that dick hanging? Just kidding, I already know. I saw
address, what's happened in the months since we've seen you, since some of our viewers may not know what has happened. So I guess I'll...
yeah, so I just don't understand why they'd do this. I mean, it's fucking CNN viewers. They could have just brought him back. No one would have said shit. They probably didn't even know that this man's meat came out at some point in front of his colleagues and fucking full-blown Louis C.K'd them or whatever. I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm so glad it happened. Because she has to sit here and he has to sit here and explain the masturbation for 10 fucking minutes. Like I said, I only watched like the first minute or so. It is goofy.
I'll recap. I'll do the honors.
Take it away.
Help yourself.
Okay.
Yes, please. I'm excited.
Everyone took a break for several minutes, during which time you were caught masturbating on camera.
Yes. And I'll do it again, too.
Fired from that job after 27 years of working there.
Threw it away.
And you, since then, have been on leave from CNN. Do I have all that right?
That's a pretty good lore
Sad
update.
to say.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking very well or very much, and it was something that was inexplicable to me.
It was probably exhilarating, though.
I didn't think other people could see me.
You thought that you had turned off your camera?
Correct.
Yeah.
I thought that I had turned
Naturally.
off the Zoom call. Now, that's not
Even this guy in the back's like, are you fucking serious? You're telling me this guy masturbated on a Zoom call? What? Like, he's just now getting this information like I did. And he's shocked. Just as shocked as I was. But I do have to appreciate Toobin's work ethic. They took just a couple-minute break, apparently. Like, they were on a Zoom call going over business, you know, doing business shit. And apparently, like, all right, we're going to take a brief recess. Everyone go get yourself a coffee or something. And in the brief 30 seconds that the people weren't there, the man just whips his cock out and goes to town. Like, damn. He's about efficiency. You could say a lot of things about Jeffrey Toobin. I've never heard that name in my life. But I'm assuming you can say a bunch of bad shit about him. One thing you can't say, though, is he doesn't know how to jerk it. And he doesn't, you know, live for the thrill, to say. Like, I have to at least appreciate that. I have to give kudos where they're due.
subsequent months, miserable months in my life, I can certainly confess. Trying to be a better person. I mean, in therapy, trying to do some public service.
What a weird... Why are you in therapy? You were the one that fucking brought out the one-eyed snake on a Zoom call with your colleagues. And I would wager, I don't know this guy, I'm not going to sit here and Reddit armchair psychologist this man, but I would wager he had to know that there was some level of danger to it. Something like the thrill is what got him horned up. There had to be something to it. But why the fuck are you in therapy? Like, jerking off doesn't make you a bad person, but what you did does. Like, what puts you in therapy? Your fucking colleagues, based on the size of your meat, probably needed therapy. Like, he's not the victim here. I see this all the time. And I also didn't get the conclusion on whether or not he finished. I don't know if he blew his load. If I had to guess, when his colleagues came back, it was just like uproarious screams and squealing, like a Wilhelm scream or something. Like, oh my god, Toobin! What are you doing? Well, put it away!
We've heard what I like to think of as the politician apology, which is...
What does
you know,
politics have to do with this, though?
Which
Unless your dick was left or right leaning, I guess.
Now get off my back. Above all, I am sorry to my wife and to my family, but I'm also sorry to the people on the Zoom call. I'm sorry to my former colleagues.
Are you sorry to me, Jeffrey?
I'm sorry to my current,
Say I'm sorry to
still
Charlie.
colleagues at CNN. And I'm sorry to the people who read my work and who watched me on CNN and who thought I was a better person than this. And so, you know, I got a lot to rebuild, but I feel...
I would love to know why
lucky
he
that
started
I'm able
jerking
to
off during the meeting.
I mean, one of
just
the
during a
ironies
recess
of this whole incident is that for decades you have covered the bad judgment and sexual proclivities of public figures and politicians like Bill Clinton and Anthony Weiner and Elliot Spitzer and
Still a stupid
Donald
name.
Trump, and I could go on.
Fucking Weiner.
And so,
I am not going to come up here and like split hairs and try to come up with justifications or explanations.
Zoom calls are going to be a lot more fun with Jeffrey Toobin around. You never know what you're going to get now.
I do want to get to
It's a nice wild
what the
card.
New Yorker decision was and the consequences.
Next time he might finger his own butthole.
After you had worked
there, there are no surprises out there about my conduct. That I am worried that there is like there's a skeleton that's going to be found.
That's spoken like a man who still has a couple good jerks left in him on Zoom calls. Let me see. It's been a while. Has he done it again? Is he a repeat offender? What's his name? Jeffrey Toobin? Yeah, it doesn't look like he's done anything since. I'll keep my eyes peeled just in case. Check X video. Yes, perhaps he's performing under another alias. Let's see. I wonder if anyone leaked that Zoom call. This is dangerous. I'm going to click on it, and I already know I'm going to regret it. It says, leaked video, Jeffrey Toobin's Zoom call. I found a screenshot from the actual Zoom call. He was ass naked. Really? So they actually... Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. It's a tier 1 slushie. All right. Hold on a second. Let me see. Don't act like you've never forgotten to turn off your stream and yanked it on cam. Happens to the best of us. Bro, I think about that shit all the time. Not necessarily jerking off, but I always think, like, what if I forgot to put my cock back in my pants after peeing? And that's the worst, because then it'd be flaccid and everyone would make fun of me. But I always have that thought in the back of my mind. I've never once made that mistake in my life, but I just keep thinking, what if today's the day? So the man really got butt-ass naked? I figured it was just like, through the pants fly or something. Toobin meat. Toobin caught, Zoom call, Toobin hot, XXX. Doesn't exist, I assure you. Damn. Oh well. Maybe one day. He'll slip up again. That's the face of a man who's considering doing it right now on the CNN apology, like weighing the pros and cons. I could just jerk off again right now.
Do you think, given that the punishment fits the crime?
You know, I am the worst person to ask that.
I would think you would be. Yeah.
No, I mean, obviously,
you got
love
fired.
But other people are going to weigh in about whether it was appropriate for them to get rid of me and for CNN to keep me.
It'd be hard to stay employed after doing something like this.
Shows have had a field day. Should we move on to the news?
Sure, let's.
No, fuck that. That's boring. Talk more about him masturbating.
California. You heard me talking about that the...
Yeah, get me the fuck out. That was boring. I love that they did that on air for no reason. I couldn't imagine a better situation. Hey, look who we brought. Yeah, that guy fucking masturbated on Zoom in front of all of his colleagues. Hey, so what's the deal with that, huh, buddy? Maybe he started an OnlyFans? I wish he doubled down. Like, okay, here's what you guys missed on the Zoom call, and then a link to his OnlyFans. That would be great. That would be pretty cool. Cumin with Toobin. That would be a great segment for CNN. That would be fantastic, actually. You should work there. That'd be pretty good. You could report on, like, I don't know, sex worker income or something, or what's, like, going on in that market. Honestly, pretty good. I didn't think this was going to be a topic I'd make a video on, but I just got home from a bar after consuming some scrumptious nutrients, excitedly kicking my little legs in the high top, and was hypnotized by a very fascinating segment on the television there, on the tube, about the Sharon Moore story. And I feel like that had to be a divine sign from God himself that I should yap about this further. Because I've only scratched the surface of the Sharon Moore case on stream a few days ago. But the whole thing, like the meat and potatoes, is so wacky I can't help but blabber about it further. For those that don't know, Sharon Moore is the former head coach of the Michigan football team. And in the course of 24 hours, his entire life came crumbling down and Goonergate was fully opened into the wild life of Sharon Moore and his uncontrollable, insatiable appetite to goon and cheat on his wife. Sharon Moore is a married man. He has 3 kids of his own. It was revealed that he had been having a relationship with a staff member. It had apparently been going on for some time, and it began to sour, eventually coming to light. Once it did, things really started to spiral. It was getting flushed down the tubes real quick. He lost his position as the head coach of the Michigan football team. Within 24 hours, he broke into that staffer's apartment, grabbed some knives, and threatened to kill himself in front of her, blaming her, saying that his blood would be on her hands. He was then arrested for this, and now there is an Inside Edition clip to showcase what's coming next in all of this. And not only all of that, but it's also been revealed from some OnlyFans models that allegedly he had been messaging them. Apparently, even one time during halftime of their Ohio State game, looking for a bit of canoodling. According to one of the OnlyFans models, he was even trying to leverage a foursome.
It's a shocking image as embattled University of Michigan head coach Sharon Moore makes his first court appearance today, a shell of the football leader he once was. During the hearing, the prosecutor detailed the harrowing allegations that Moore broke into the home of his executive assistant Paige Shiver and threatened to kill himself.
Now again, it's important to keep in mind, this all happened in like a day. The affair coming to light, him losing his job, him breaking into the house, him then getting arrested. This is like if there was a scene in Adam Sandler's Click where he fast-forwarded through his own downfall. This is an impressive speedrun for just how much he fucked up his life in one day. Now granted, the affair was over a long period of time. That was a conscious decision he made over and over again to cheat on his wife, betraying his wife and also his entire family. That didn't happen in just a day, but everything else did.
He came to her apartment, barged his way into that apartment, immediately then proceeded to a kitchen drawer, grabbed several butter knives and a pair of kitchen scissors, and began to threaten his own life. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands.
That is some evil shit right there. That is downright diabolical. So he was clearly off his gourd after what had happened earlier that day, and I guess in this heated rage, broke into her apartment to do this and then grabbed a bunch of butter knives. Man's out here acting like he was fucking Zorro here with the three sword style, and then threatening to kill himself right there in front of her. That's unhinged. Like, that is just downright scary. This wasn't some kind of accident. He made these choices. Like, he cheated on his wife. Not only did he cheat on his wife, he did so with a staffer. And also, the woman here that he cheated with, she's no saint herself. She had to have known that Sharon Moore was married. That's not exactly a secret. That is very open information. They have even been at the games, like his wife and kids. Like, she would have known that and still chose to engage in this affair with him. According to this report here, she received a pretty substantial salary bump, going up 55% as she was promoted to the executive assistant to Sharon Moore. That's probably just a coinky-dink, though. I don't think there's any correlation between these two things. If I had to spitball a guess, I would say she got this promotion through, just really putting a lot of elbow grease and a lot of chutzpah into her previous position that Sharon Moore couldn't help but promote her. I don't think it had anything to do with the two of them, with the extracurricular bedroom ham sandwiches they were making behind his wife's back. But yeah, Paige here is not exactly an angel. Again, there's no way she wouldn't have known that Sharon Moore was married. That was not a secret, and even if he tried to lie about that to her, all she had to do was type his name in on Google, and you're immediately bombarded with pictures of his wife and his kids at the games and stuff. She probably even met them at some point, if I had to guess. Like, it's this whole thing from top to bottom is just sad. My heart breaks for his family. That is just the ultimate fucking betrayal.
He has been charged with home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering. Bond was set at $25,000, and he will be required to wear GPS monitoring. He was also ordered not to have any contact with the woman. His lawyer, Joseph Simon, spoke to a crush of reporters.
Do you know where he's going to be able to stay after this? Is he going to be able to go home?
I'm just going to not answer that question.
Fair enough. Can you answer my question, please? How many OnlyFans models was he DMing to try and fuck? Please, any comment on the number there, because it seems like a very high quantity. This man was a turbo gooner. There's been a flood of claims from numerous OnlyFans models that he had messaged them, and he was apparently subscribed to tons of them, paying a lot of money for the OnlyFans content. This dude was so deep in the goon that there's claims he even messaged an OnlyFans model during halftime of the Ohio State game earlier this year. This guy was fucking lost in it. He was actually just all consumed by the goon. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy somehow found a picture of my foot online and tried to subscribe to its OnlyFans page. And now, apparently, like, this is the most notable one. It comes from an OnlyFans model named Sorty. She claims that he paid for all her videos on the site, even offered her season tickets to Michigan football games in return for one-on-one interactions, which she declined. apparently even extended an invitation to the championship game in Houston in 2024. There's additional claims about a foursome he was trying to set up with more OnlyFans models. It's just completely out of control. And watching all of this unfold has been nuts. Because like I said, all of this happened basically in a day, and now we're just getting fed even more information for just how much of a fucking gooner loser this guy was that betrayed his family and ruined his whole life. A very promising career as Michigan's head football coach. And it's extremely hard to feel bad for him because all of it is his own choices he's made to cheat around behind his wife's back, to break into that woman's apartment, like all of that. Like, how do you feel bad for him when he's doing this kind of evil shit? Anyway, I just had to talk about this after seeing even more on Sharon Moore while eating tonight. So yeah, I just wanted to yap on it. That's about it. So yeah. I've said this before, and now it's time to dust it off and say it again. And I don't care whose feelings get hurt by this. Just like a suppository, I don't care if your ass gets sore. It's time to hit you with the truth. It is extremely embarrassing when somebody makes one thing their entire personality. Whether that's being a fan of a show, being a fan of a band, or expanding beyond it. If you have like a shtick that becomes a meme, making that meme your entire brand and your entire life. I find that to be cringe. And the internet is of course a portal to cringe, so let's show you who I believe to be the most sad specimen when it comes to this phenomenon. Salt Bae. Salt Bae is a restaurant owner who rose to fame because he sprinkles salt down his arm like this while wearing goofy sunglasses. He looks like a time traveler from a steampunk dystopia. He took off as a meme and kind of a joke online, but then that meme got made into real flesh. He adopted that as part of his soul, and it has now become his entire identity. He translated all of that online buzz into real-world success, so his restaurants are actually quite popular, and they're known for extremely overpriced food, most notably this abomination. This is a steak wrapped in edible gold, and I think it looks truly awful. That shit looks like a poorly wrapped Christmas present, but what's even worse here is Salt Bae himself, the Santa Claus of meat. He comes to the table when you order something like this and puts on a little song and dance, so he cuts up the gold steak, and then he hits it with his signature anime finishing move where he sprinkles the salt down his arm, and then he grabs a piece of the steak on a knife and then dangles it over any woman at the table's face. He just like dangles the meat over there like he's at like a petting zoo or something, and then the women are expected to like lift up and then bite the meat off of his knife. It's pretty embarrassing to watch. Like, I can only imagine going there and seeing your girlfriend do that. You'd be like, damn, this is expensive and I feel like I'm getting cucked, even though everyone's clothes are still on. It's just, I think it's goofy, very silly, but overall, it's harmless cringe. But as is so often the case with these memers turned celebrities, he flew too close to the sun. I think this shtick was never entertaining. I never really saw the comedy stylings of sprinkling salt down his arm to be gut-busting or anything, but it's not like it bothered me either that he got popular from it. But he became way too pretentious with it, and to the point where he felt entitled to be on the field during the World Cup when Argentina won. So he went onto the field after Argentina won the World Cup, and he tried to make the entire trophy ceremony and everything about him. If you go to his Instagram, it's so many pictures of him holding the World Cup, you'd think he was part of the team that won it, even though he had nothing to do with it. And then he also has that picture in the bottom right that looks like he actually fished a piece of poop out of a toilet at one of his restaurants and was playing with it. So he was rightfully getting dunked on by everyone on the internet for this shit, and I just want to show you some of his worst moments here because, man, it is so bad. By far the worst one is him trying to get Messi's attention. So you can see him kind of like harassing him and yanking on him to try and get Messi to acknowledge him. Kind of like a toddler trying to get his dad's attention. But Messi's having no part of it. He's actually celebrating with the people that matter to him and his team, his family. And he doesn't give a fuck about Salt Bae pestering him for like a photo for his Instagram. It's so embarrassing to look at. Now, apparently, Salt Bae and Messi have met before. He wasn't like a complete stranger, but Messi just ate at one of his restaurants and Salt Bae fed him a piece of food. Like, it's not like they were inseparable friends or something. And the gall to go out on the field after the World Cup win and act like you're somehow best buddies with everyone on the team is so laughable and pathetic. It was so bad, in fact, that now FIFA is investigating how he even got on the field in the first place, because they're not entirely sure. The leading theory is that he was able to get on the field because he's somewhat friends with the FIFA commissioner, like the head of the FIFA org. So that's the leading theory, but even that's not 100% certain from what I've read. But yeah, let's take a peek at some of those videos he filmed because, man, they're classics. Just like taking a trophy from a baby. So Salt Bae continues to like yank on the trophy until finally the player just relinquishes control to it, and Salt Bae hoists it up as if he's somehow responsible for it. He also shakes his finger no to the baby, letting him know that it's his turn, it's his trophy, he fucking deserved it. He put nutrients in that team's body one time fucking 4 years ago. So he's just as much a part of the crew as anyone else there. He has every right to this trophy. The delusion is remarkable. It should almost be studied. And of course you can't go for a single video without hitting him with that salt sprinkle. Because man, that's so good. It's so iconic even, man. You can't get enough of that one. Man, that guy's face really tells the whole story. That discomfort. Faking a smile, but his eyes are just beyond annoyed. Wondering who is this guy? And why is he squeezing on my hand and trying to grab the trophy from me? This one's a real quick one, hitting him with a wow and then spanking the trophy, giving it a little slap on the keister there. And you can see yet another player very uncomfortable with Salt Bae's presence. He's just this like miasma of uncomfortableness. He swoops in like this absolute plague of awkwardness. He shouldn't be there, and everyone knows it, and he is there, ruining the moment. It's so fucking weird. Oh, here's a great one for the scrapbook. Yeah, biting on his medal there. I'm sure he really liked that. The guy that he is not friends with, doesn't even really know, coming out of nowhere for a photo op, and then surprising biting on the medal. Though I guess in Salt Bae's defense, the medal does look a bit like a waffle, so maybe he got a little confused. Maybe he was hungry. There were a couple more sightings of Salt Bae out there making a fool out of himself, but I think these are by far the worst, so there's no reason to keep dunking your head in here into the cringe. I just wanted to make it very clear that this is some absolute clown behavior. I never think it's a good idea to try and make one thing your entire identity. Whether it's a meme, whether it's you just being a fan of something, I always think that that's always just going to be a path to cringe. Just imagine getting a huge ego because you sprinkle salt down your arm on overpriced steak. This isn't the only case of this happening though, by the way, and I've talked about one other before that I'll briefly mention here since it's related. You might remember during E3 a couple of years ago when Keanu Reeves made a surprise appearance, there was that "you're breathtaking" moment that, you know, captured the world and tugged on everyone's heartstrings. Well, the audience member who shouted out, "No, you're breathtaking," which became a huge, online deal, the guy who shouted that tried to make an entire career just off of that one line, that one moment, trying to capture that lightning in a bottle over and over again. He became a YouTuber and streamer who tagged everything with hashtag "you're breathtaking" or hashtag breathtaking and called himself the breathtaking guy. I think. I can't quite be certain if he called himself the breathtaking guy. I don't really remember exactly what he gave himself, but I do remember everything he did. He did it with the "you're breathtaking" as the forefront. That was his whole brand and that was his whole online identity, and tried to make a career out of it. It didn't really work. It kind of worked in the beginning because it was still like a wholesome moment and it didn't seem like he was trying to clout chase off of just that one thing. But then it lasted for over a year. Like, I still kept up with him like a year later to see if he was still doing it, if he'd finally like graduated from that and started to maybe pivot into a different kind of shtick or even no shtick at all and just being a streamer or a YouTuber. But he never did in the entire time I was checking in on him. It was always going by the "you're breathtaking" moment to try and make that his thing. And it didn't pan out super well. Last I saw, he was streaming to about like 10 viewers at the time. And I just felt really bad for him because this is one of those moments where you have this huge blow up, almost overnight because of one thing that you did that everyone loved. So you want to keep doing that because everyone loved it, but then you wear it out. It overstays its welcome. And then eventually you end up in a position like Salt Bae, where it's just kind of washed up, it's run its course, and now you just look silly for continuing to embrace it and continuing to try and sell that. So I just wanted to bring this up because I think Salt Bae is a bit of a loser, especially for this World Cup shit. That's about it. See ya. Anti-aging guru Brian Johnson injected his face with fat and it went wrong. Now he's got handsome Squidward build. I'd been following Brian Johnson for a bit. Hadn't seen anything new from him for like the last month or so. No, I guess it is real. Holy. Wow. That actually looks like when I make goof juice in my Dark Souls playthroughs. He injected his face with fat-derived extracellular matrix. Selfies uploaded this week to his Instagram show his face progressively getting puffier and puffier, resulting in a bizarre and swollen visage straight out of the 2024 horror sci-fi flick The Substance. My biomarkers were improving, but I looked gaunt. People thought I was on the brink of death. That doesn't bode well for the anti-aging protocol and the 600 pills that he takes every 4 hours. But after starting what he called Project Babyface, which involved injecting donor fat, his face began to blow up, and then it got worse and worse until I couldn't even see. It was a severe allergic reaction. In another recent bid to turn back the clock on his body, Johnson underwent a procedure called total plasma exchange. Oh yeah, I remember that. And an alleged attempt to remove all unnatural pollutants from his blood. Some of you have probably seen his work before without realizing who he is. He's the guy who had his son donating his blood and plasma to him so he'd have younger blood and plasma, and then he was donating his blood and plasma to his dad. So he had like this human centipede of blood and plasma from his family tree. His whole thing is like he's spending millions of dollars a year to try and figure out how to de-age. And I've said from the beginning, it's weird, he's wacky, he's creepy, he looks vampiric, but if he actually has any kind of scientific breakthroughs, that's just good for the world. And he's openly publishing all of his findings, so kind of a W. Tough L on this one here, though, with Project Babyface, unfortunately. Got him out of the Oblivion character creator, but I'm sure he'll keep trying. He's just beta testing for the whole world. He's just like a guinea pig for all of it. Click the link that says uploaded this week to see the unfiltered. Oh, okay. Was that edited? Let's see. Oh, wow. So it's not as red. Why even put the filter on there? It's still the same, but at least it's not as red. I don't see the point of the filter. But man, that facial structure. Actual handsome Squidward. He did it. Has anything new even been found through his experiments? Now, I haven't seen any evidence to suggest that his experiments have led to some kind of scientific revolution. You know, he hasn't fucking discovered cold fusion here by injecting eucalyptus oil into each butt cheek every morning or anything. There have been some interesting findings that he has published. All of this is for free, by the way, which is why I think what he's doing is actually pretty cool. He's going through so much experimentation, trying so many different things, and publishing all of the results, like, openly available to anyone who wants to see them. And sometimes, some of his experiments are really wacky, such as this one, where he's de-aging his penis, talking about how he has the erection of an 18-year-old. That's pretty odd. That elicits a fart from me, for sure. Actually, even a double. And you know, that was so good, I think I'll have it a third time. Man, my ass is talking some serious shit right now. Point is, I don't know if he's actually had any, like, crazy breakthroughs with this, but it is still interesting nonetheless. But yeah, that video where he's looking for the fountain of youth for his wiener, definitely on the weirder side of things for sure. But just, let's picture that for a moment. Let's say he's like completely successful, but only with that, he finds the perfect formula to lock your cock in stasis as like a 20-year-old's member. but everything else doesn't work. So Brian Johnson ends up like 90 years old. He's like rotting away, decaying. His skin's all wrinkly and shit, but he's got a pristine dick. Like, he's got the fucking optimal hog. Who's allowing this to happen? Are there no laws to prevent these experiments? What would the law be? I mean, he's willing to, I think he should be well within his rights to do whatever he wants to himself in his own home. The man is like, he's worth like $600 million. He sold like a tech company, and he's dedicated his life to just researching how to make yourself de-age and be healthier. He's not using unethical experiments on anyone. The only two people I know of that he's ever even done experiments on are his son and his dad, both of which wanted to participate in the experiments. Look at a photo of him from 2015. He looks unrecognizable. I can't remember what he looked like in 2015, but he did have like a substantial change doing this. Yeah, it is like a totally different person. Actually looks like some kind of Detroit Become Human thing. He should really go back to the beard. The beard actually just made him look younger. Probably can't grow one now. No, I'm sure he can. I don't think he like fried his hair follicles or anything with his like daily red light therapy or anything. He aged too far back, he can't. He's biologically a 6-year-old. His facial hair can't come in now. I mean, I guess you could argue he does because his skin looks so much smoother, but he looks more plastic. I wouldn't necessarily say he looks that much younger, but he looks much more plastic. Personally, I think it looks not bad. I don't think he looks terrible or anything. This was a disaster. Looks like it healed though, so didn't really lose anything from it. That's good. That wasn't permanent. But like, I don't think he's in bad shape or anything. Like, he's actually really fit. Here, hold on. He's got the weirdest workout routine though. He is in good shape. He's like almost 50. He's fit. He looks synthetic. And these are his pills that he takes every day. Man has like 60 pills for breakfast and another 60 pills before bed. And bedtime, I think, is 8 p.m. Just to set the record straight, it's 105 pills that he takes every day. And it's broken up into 2 separate parts. And he also stops eating at, I think it was 11. I'm already forgetting because it was just so much information at once. But I'm pretty sure it's 11. He spends like most of his time in a fasted state. And then his bedtime, he takes sleep super seriously, which makes a lot of sense. There is so much research and evidence to suggest that sleep is like one of the most important things you can do, but it's also the most cringe thing you can do. I hate sleep. I think if we could just find a way to conquer sleep, we would then go out and conquer the stars. If we just had those like 8-9 hours a day that we spend offline, holy shit, the amount of things we could accomplish. That is the holy grail of science, I think, is finding a way for us to not need to sleep. But since we don't live in that fucking fantasy, you know, it's not Warhammer 40k, sleep is very important, and he talks a lot at length about that. In fact, in that video with Will, he says, like, if there's one thing that you take away from all this, even if you don't like everything else, the one thing you should take away is that sleep is important. Like, very, 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 very important. And it is. You should buy one of his true age tests to see how old your body is at the cellular level. How much are they? That's actually not a bad idea. We should do that. We should do that at the warehouse. See who is cellularly the youngest out of our group. So the decode your DNA. This one, right? It's this one, I'm pretty sure. The True Diagnostic Epigenic Company. Decode your DNA. That actually could be fun. I'm gonna send this to my friends. Hey guys, want to test our DNA? We've already done that. Well, kind of. We tested our testosterone. And we're doing a fertility test pretty soon. See who's got the most potent seed. Let chat do a guess poll on who has the most. For potency? That's not a bad idea. Yeah, we could do that. Once we get the kits, though. I'll wait till we get the kits, then we can do a little chat poll. I've just got a sneaking suspicion, though, when we do the fertility test, one of us is going to be sterile, and it's going to be devastating. It's going to make the video so much more uncomfortable. I just have a feeling. Just a hunch. It'll probably be me, too, because growing up, I used to just play City of Heroes on my laptop. Well, it was my parents' laptop. And I just set it on my lap for fucking hours in front of the TV, just letting that fry my sack. I probably burnt all of that to a crisp. Do you even realize how lucky you are to be able to just sit here in peace while there's others out there struggling by getting gadooshed every day? Huh? You ever stop to think about those people? And by people, I mean that one guy, Wes Watson. I've made a video on Wes Watson in the past, like 6 months ago, where he got absolutely embarrassed on this podcast panel where he looked like the most insecure little bitch of all time. And since then, he's only continued to self-sabotage, melt down, and just devolve into this slug person who is constantly arguing with Reddit every day.
Message. There is really a person who wrote me bragging about how big of a Reddit page they have talking shit about me. Like, that's a bad thing. There's that many people that are so worried about me that I'm famous as a motherfucker. I have that many haters. That's how amazing I am at doing what I do. I trigger that many lames. The guy used the word gadooshing. The guy said that they're on there gadooshing me.
A pathetic monologue trying to put on a strong face, but it's clear that this is affecting him on a deep personal level. He's trying to cope with the biblical gadooshing that he's been receiving for the last couple months. So Wes Watson is your generic ChatGPT AI spit out life coach where he doesn't actually do anything. He just asks people to give him money and he tells them that they're going to be successful for doing it. That's his whole life. He just takes money from people and buys cars with it and then yells in his cars about why he needs more money to teach more people to become millionaires. He has a whole channel dedicated to just whining to his followers about giving him money, how he needs more money. He is literally just a dominatrix that desperate dudes will pay and think that somehow they're going to make money from it or he's going to impart wisdom on them. Meanwhile, Wes doesn't actually have a business. His business is looking for pay piggies that will pay him under the ruse that he's going to give them life advice, but he openly mocks them for doing it too. It's this like crazy cycle.
These are the people who make the videos calling studs like me fake alphas. Oh my God!
Wes Watson has become a full-blown special grade lol cow over the last few months, and I have been tuned into the soap opera. I check in on the lore with Wes Watson every couple weeks, so I watch his newest rants, and I also watch content creators that cover him like Too Lazy to Try or John Bravo. And it's just such a joyful frolic through unhinged delusion with this maniac. He loves to brag about being in jail. Like, in every video you'll see of his, he'll mention jail at least 3 or 4 times pretty much. That's his bread and butter. Yeah, when I was locked up, I learned to put toothpicks on my nipples. Like, it's just the most out of nowhere shit. And somehow that makes him qualified as a life coach. And one thing he's always really proud of when he mentions jail is like how flexible his anus is. So he's constantly talking about like hooping his paperwork and sticking things in his butt and like showing his butt to other people in jail. Like, he even said that people wouldn't even recognize him by his face sometimes. They recognized him by his brown balloon knot, by his fucking asshole. Like, it's so fascinating. It's so interesting.
You know they love to see them buttholes. They want you to wink at them the whole nine. So I gotta show them. They want to see. They only know you by your butthole in there. They see my face and they're like, oh, who are you again? And then I just bend over. I show them the. Oh, Wes Watson, how you doing, bro? What's up? Nice to meet you again.
So the man was talking about, you know, how much gaboofing he used to do, and now he's out here complaining about getting gadooshed. You know, it's so weird. I feel like he'd be, like, honored to be gadooshed as much as he is, but he keeps going, like, steam out of his ears, furious about it. And it is always amazing to hear him talk about it. I swear, every time Wes Watson says gadoosh, an angel gets its wings.
Imagine this stud, this ringleader of Reddit reviewers who gadoosh me. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. No, bro. I was too busy making millions of dollars and not knowing who you are at all while you were gadooshing yourself about me.
I just love it. I absolutely love it. It kind of reminds me of like that old cartoon gag that they do all the time where a character will step on a rake and it hits him in the face. They turn around, step on another rake, it hits him in the face, and it just goes back and forth a couple times. That's Wes Watson with gadooshing. He is just constantly getting big time gadooshed. And he pretends to play it off like he doesn't care, but he's the guy who cares the most in the world about everything. He argues with everyone, even through text messages, even through Instagram DMs, on Reddit. He is constantly arguing with anybody that doesn't like him, yet pretends like, I don't even know who you are. I'm too busy making millions of dollars and having 6 sums with all supermodels. By the way, there's even lore behind that. So, like, he has a girlfriend that he shows in content, but apparently it's actually an escort that he rents to be in the videos. Like, it goes crazy. I haven't dove too deep into all of that, but there's just so much there to the Wes Watson cinematic universe. You know what I mean? It's so easy to get wrapped up in the craziness of it, which is why I check in so frequently.
When you see someone as amazing as Wes Watson on your screen, you couldn't fathom how it could be real. It's gotta be all fake, because I could never even understand how the fuck someone would pay $95,000 a month in rent. So I'm just gonna talk shit that he rents his pad, and I'm gonna fully just skip over the understanding that I don't have $95,000 a month, and I'm in his comments all buck-toothed and cross-eyed, all, he fucking rents his pad. But he leaves out the whole point that he rents it for $95,000 a month and writes that $95,000 a month off to where it's a massive tool for building his business, an expense that brings in profit.
So when he's not yelling about Reddit gadooshing and yelling to his followers about how they're pathetic brokies who can't afford $3,000 for a life-changing course that he offers, he's sometimes giving this kind of speech, and this is like the standard playbook for life coaches, the no-nonsense, tough guy, tough love approach. You're broke, you're pathetic. You're insulting me for renting my place, you just don't understand it. And I guess it can work on shaming some people into it, but I think that is so fucking sad. So what he's saying here is a bunch of baloney. This is actual fish paste. So he's renting this extremely expensive place, all to look cool on camera. He's paying $95,000 a month to rent this place just to flex it on the people that are paying for it, for him to live there. It's so fucking weird. So there are... If anyone here has a functioning frontal lobe, you'll know why it's a super stupid idea to pay $95,000 in rent. And he desperately tries to reach into that chocolate starfish of his to try and find some kind of explanation for why he's doing it, and he comes up with this, where you guys don't even fathom the $95,000 that it takes to rent this place. You don't have it. You're more pathetic because you can't afford to waste $95,000 on this kind of place. Meanwhile, even if everyone in the world had that kind of disposable income, most people are sane enough to not do this because you are pissing it away. You're not even building equity. You have nothing to show for it. You are flushing it down the shitter, Wes. And he's trying to say like, no, it's good for the business. It's good for the business. It's going to turn profit. No, it's not. It's not doing that. I guess you can almost make an argument for Wes specifically because his followers see flashy thing and it's like caveman brain, like neuron activate. Wes have flashy thing. I want flashy thing. He say I only need to spend $3,000 to maybe get it. Okay. Like, I guess it can kind of work in his line there, but it's the stupidest shit ever. Paying $95,000 to rent a mansion just to look cool on camera is so pitiful. Like, it's actually sickening. And I'll go ahead and show you another quick Wes Watson montage clip here where he's just melting down at his followers for being too broke and they shouldn't be complaining about how expensive his courses are.
The fact that there's so many fucking grown men and women who don't have 20 fucking grand. Oh my God, that would be lame. Holy shit. Do you know most people I know got millions? Like, and we're not special. Like, we're at the bottom. Like, having some M's is whatever. And you motherfuckers don't have 20 grand and say it's expensive. And the program doesn't even start at, it starts at $3,000. You guys.
$3,000? He's basically giving it away for free. Wow, Wes. $3,000 to just get berated in like daily uploads from Wes, freaking out about nothing because he is perpetually livid. This man only has one emotion, and it's anger. That's it. I don't think I've ever seen him calm at all. Even when he's living like his super successful, happy life, he's mad about it. He's mad at somebody. He's arguing with some ghost. It's so weird. But man, it is captivating, which is why I tune in every couple of weeks. I have only made one video on Wes, but I've talked about him on stream a few times, just, you know, going through the exposition and the new stuff in the Wes Watson lore. And I just had to talk about it today because I caught up today and I could not stop giggling at this new arc we find ourselves in the Wes Watson anime. the Gadooshing arc. This is probably my favorite so far. The Gadooshing is actual top tier content. So, just wanted to talk about it a bit. That's it. So, yeah. Pandemics are a real bummer. There's nothing good that comes from a pandemic. It's all bad stuff from top to bottom. But we'd be lying to ourselves if we didn't acknowledge that Zoom might be one of the best things to ever happen to court. I have a guilty pleasure of tuning into disastrous Zoom court hearings, and they happen all the time. Every single day there's a new atrocious Zoom court moment. And yesterday we were blessed with an absolute banger, a scrumptious little masterpiece. A gentleman was scheduled to appear in court over Zoom about a suspended driver's license, and he does his due diligence as any good citizen would. He joins the Zoom meeting. However, he joined while driving with a suspended license, which the whole hearing was about, leaving the entire court stunned. Absolutely, it was as if for a moment every member of that courthouse stared into the eyes of a basilisk and was turned to stone, just instantly petrified in sheer bewilderment that he had called in while driving in a case about a suspended license that he has, driving without a valid license. And what's even more interesting is this isn't the only time it's happened. This one just happened to be the newest and more entertaining one that I've seen. I was wondering why so many people all of a sudden just asked me about, like, the guy with a suspended license joining a Zoom call while driving. Apparently this just happened again. I remember something like this happened years ago. This must be kind of common.
Or calls case, People versus Corey Harris.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present is due.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
It's an auto-driving vehicle, Your Honor. I'm here babysitting it.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at
Thanks,
this
Reese,
second.
milkshake.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Brother, we can still see the environment. You were parked for like a second there, and he's still like, yeah, almost parked, parking, almost parked, as he's trying to like think of reasons for like how he's gonna get out of this. Almost parked, almost there. There's a membership spark.
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Oh my god, that was the most aggressive frown I've ever seen. He is mean mugging so hard. Cedric Simpson is fucking... He's got like a cartoonish frown. That's like an emoji frown. Thanks, Zuri Sib Queen.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And
Your Honor, we don't have... Allegedly driving. We don't have all of the evidence. We can only see from his chest up. Anything... This could be green screen. It could be deepfaked.
And he didn't have a license.
Oh. Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Well, he's listening. Say it to him.
Oh.
He raised his hand. Can you ask him a question, Your Honor? Is this real? Is this fucking real? Wait, Tampa Bay. That's my neck of the woods. Hold on, I gotta learn a little bit more about this. Perhaps he's been framed. Everyone here is stun-locked. It's just complete fucking silence that has fallen on the courtroom. This guy's doing his best to keep it together. Her as well.
Hello?
Hey. How's it going, Corey?
1 minute, Mr. Harris.
What do you mean 1 minute? Let him defend himself. There's a lot of slander being thrown around in there.
I don't even know why he would do that. So, defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant has turned himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today.
Can you get his side of the story, please, Your Honor?
Result in a bench warrant with no bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Harris, I'll be giving you a call.
Okay.
Court calls the case, People versus Maya Isom.
I feel like we may have brushed over this case a little too quickly, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate for Ms. Isom.
There was more to this story. It was like a transformer, more than meets the eye. Time to drive back home. Yeah, true. So what was the verdict? We don't know yet. It's still in deliberation. Your Honor, he's not driving the car. He's just rolling in neutral with him in it. He's been kidnapped, which is why he was so silent. He was speaking in code. Clearly, he was just trying to prove that his license should be reinstated. Honestly, he could have made that point. Like, as you can see, Your Honor, I'm doing just fine here. I would appreciate if you'd reinstate my license now. Do you remember the court Zoom call when someone joined in with a cat filter? There's been a lot of... I am super happy that so many of these court things have gone to Zoom because it always ends up just going online. And some of them are just amazing. Like the guy that joined, I think it was I don't remember what it was, like what he was joining for, but it was something that he needed to appear in court for, so he did it over Zoom, and he joined with the name Buttfucker9000. And the judge was like, "What is your name, sir? That is not your name." And he's like, "Oh God, I don't know how that got there. Yeah, I'm not, oh God."
Then we'll bring this fool in.
Oh, Buttfucker3000, sorry. 9000 was like mini versions in the future.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah, you. Yes.
Nathaniel Saxon, sir.
Your name's not Buttfucker3000, you yo-ho. Logging into my court with that as your screen name.
Why
I'll
would
discuss that in a little bit.
Big miscalculation from Jason
What kind of
Statham.
idiot logs into court like that?
100% that guy was just logging into the Zoom thing and thought he just needed like a temporary name. Because there are some things where you just type in like a name and it never shows up. It just uses your real name or whatever. It's just like, all right, whatever, Buttfucker3000. And it just runs with it. It's so good. Also, Joseph, please change the angle. When I first watched this video, I thought for sure he had his cock out. I was like really thinking I was looking at this man stroking his meat. That is a terrible angle, Joseph. Get control of your court, Jeffrey. He probably had that name before joining. Oh, that's true. Doesn't Zoom log your names? Yeah, maybe he did have that name with like his friends or something. That's a good point. I forgot about that. Look at the one for the cat filter. All right, we'll do the cat filter next.
Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to
We're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but
Why? It's fine. This is helping your case.
prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Thank you for clarifying.
I can see that.
Jeffrey Toobin getting caught jerking off. Yeah, I made a whole video on that one. That one was great. Lubin the Toobin. Lost his whole job over that, too. And then they had him... That one's so good. Because they brought Jeffrey Toobin back on down the line. They're like, "So what did you get fired for?" And he's like, "Well, you know what I got fired for. I was masturbating In a Zoom meeting, I thought I was alone. They had him, like, recount it as if it was a war story and apologize live on air. That one was great.